I never had a full night's sleep in school. And to this day, I've never had a good night's sleep the night before something important. Like if it's important enough to make me nervous, then I will never get to sleep that night. Like the night before I go to prison, or the night to gotta go to
I
court,
didn't have that, but
or anything like that. Like the whole night I'm up the night before. No sleeping, tossing and turning. I slept
those
in
are
the car.
Stressful times.
Yeah, it's hard to sleep during those times. Dude, one of the scariest moments, I've told it before, but they scheduled a court appearance in Athens, Georgia. This is early on. I had to go to the federal court in Athens, Georgia, and they didn't tell me. No one told me. And I don't even think they told my lawyer until that day, the day of it. It was a big miscommunication, it turned out. But what I experienced was being woken up at 9:45, 10 a.m. in bed with a girl. And it's the Athens Clark County Federal Court lady, someone who works there, going, "Where are you? You're supposed to be in courtroom 3. Judge Hannibal Lecter is waiting on you. Everyone's upset." And I'm like, I don't know nothing about that. I'm coming. I'm on the way. I'll be there as fast as I can. And I'm just like, no shower, getting my suit on, can't find my belt. All I've got is an old belt that doesn't fit anymore. So like, I can't. So I'm like, all right, no belt. Help me with my tie. And she's like trying to move as fast as I am. And then I live in Atlanta. I'm an hour and a half from Athens. I cut that down to an hour somehow. And I get there and they're like, "Oh, no big deal. You didn't rush, did you?" Yes. I've been in my car having a fucking panic attack driving here for an hour, scared shitless that I'm making a bad impression to all of you people who have my life in the palm of your hands. And they're like, "Nah, turns out that this person messed up and told this person a thing." And no, we've all been having a big laugh about it here. Really, no big deal. And I'm just like, well, I feel better, but not really.
Well, this is a 3-hour round trip for nothing.
Well, no. We're still going in now. We're now, and I'm like, well, and so now I have to go in with it. Now I've got my hands crossed in front of me, hiding the fact that I'm not wearing a belt. Like that's gonna matter. But wait a minute. Step forward. Boy, you're not wearing a belt in my courtroom. I got 2 rules in this world. I'm like,
my cousin Vinny, are you mocking me with that suit?
Mr. Gambini. Mr. Gambini. Yeah, that was an awful day. I was so scared. It's my greatest nightmare. And I'm sure you've had this nightmare before, sort of. It's the nightmare of waking up and being unprepared for the big thing that you had forgotten was today. It is the ultimate nightmare for most adult men I have found. It's the one we all have because whether it was high school tests or a job interview or the big project for work, you needed that data today, sir. Oh my God, I thought it was due Monday and it's Friday morning and you've got 30 minutes to do 8 hours worth of fucking work. And your job or your promotion or like your respectability here might be online or your future as a human being. like
it's always high school. That's the one that everybody seems to get, is the one where like you have a dream where you, for whatever reason, have not been going to a class for some reason for the entire semester. And then it's the end and you're like, I'm not graduating. And then you
have a word for it. It's called PTSD.
Yeah.
PTSD.
I had one like a month ago.
Really?
Yeah, I see it all over like Twitter and everywhere. Like people are talking about this same dream in adulthood.
How many years out of high school are you?
My 10th is this year.
Okay. I feel like I finally I haven't thought about it in a while, but it's been years since I've had any of those school related nightmares. I think I've finally aged out of it. And the most recent ones I've had were always college related. And it was exactly I didn't.
Look at Mr. I didn't do freaking night school for 13 years and I'm over the trauma.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably waking up still, gasping it with your Darth Vader mask on.
I still have
days ago. There's this, for people who don't know, before the show starts, we join the call one by one. I joined the call. I'm on time, but Kyle and Taylor are already there and they're talking about conspiracy theories, and it's vibing like I didn't do my homework. I always come with like PowerPoint presentations. I've got my little speeches prepared, and I'm like, hold it, today today are we doing it? And then they let me off the hook, but it sounded like it.
Well, when we do it, we'll be sure to be updating each other regularly because we should do that again soon. It's very fun.
Yeah, if you guys would like to present some conspiracy theories, I would like a rule set though, because are we trying to be silly, have a good time, or is the goal to convince some people that actually maybe there is something to this conspiracy?
We can do
theory?
2. We could do 2 each.
I like that.
We could do one where
more work than I'm willing to sign up for.
One is like a competitive one where we're trying to be the most convincing, like the way that we all remember the tale of the tape. I won so handily with Helen Keller. Absolute blowout.
I've had a lot of guys hitting me up and saluting my presentation.
But I also did the one where Long John Silver's, Kyle, we can't talk about yours. We can't talk about yours. The Long John Silver's one being a drug ring. That was absurd, but it also had a few facts behind it. I'm interested, Chris. What would your
conspiracy?
If you were doing a conspiracy bit, what would your pick be?
Honestly, all of mine just come from Wendigoon videos. Like that's all the ones that I know, and with all of his, they're all rock solid. It's not even like conspiracy. It's like the one that I watched recently was the one with government cheese, and that one. Where like just from the Dust Bowl leading all the way till the 90s with Taco Bell and Pizza Hut like pushing cheese because the government incentivized them because they had so much cheese and they're like, hey, we need you to push cheese. And they're like, we'll put it in the crust. And that like became a whole thing. Like everything he said throughout that video, I'm like, this isn't even like a conspiracy. This is like just facts laid out in a line. But that's that's honestly where all they are. Like all of mine are.
Conspiracy, like a conspiracy can be true. Like it can be a true conspiracy. It can be like, or it can be a totally false, ridiculous.
But I didn't feel like he had to convince anyone with that video. That's more so the ones with him where I'm like, you're not even having to like try. You're just like literally reading off of this. And like, I don't feel like he had to connect any dots. It was just like, yeah, this happened, and that's exactly the truth.
Yeah.
And now we have the cheesy gordita crunch.